It's a beautiful morning along Hawaii's Kona coast, and we're back on the Ihunui. Today, Captain McGrew Rice has brought along his wife Jennifer and her 96-year-old grandmother Louise Hawkins. Theirs is a special bond that spans 4 generations, with big game fishing always a shared passion. Louise's first visit to Kona was fueled by her husband's love of fishing.
When we discovered Hawaii on a trip going to Tokyo, my husband Cliff spotted that Kona was the place to fish. So on our return, we chartered a boat from Spike Simpson, and he caught a 180 ahi tuna. That set the stage for our fishing.
Louise Hawkins was born in Ohio in 1919 and moved to Glendale, California by the time she was in kindergarten. She went to John Muir High School with the great Jackie Robinson. And after graduation, she met her true love, Clifford. They married 3 years later.
When we got married, we spent our honeymoon fishing. That was number 1.
The couple had an import business and traveled worldwide, but fishing was always in the forefront. Another trip to Hawaii in 1964 was due. That trip changed Louise's life.
We decided to bring our granddaughter, Jennifer, who was only 22 months old.
Young granddaughter Jennifer was on that boat that day to see her grandmother reel in a 180-pound blue marlin.
But all of a sudden, I had my first marlin in Kona.
And they were hooked. After fishing around the Pacific for a few years, Kona, Hawaii became their second home in 1969. So they bought a fishing boat.
There was not that many boats to go fishing on. In fact, there was only 3 in the harbor at that time.
Before long, Louise was setting some light tackle world records.
When I started fishing for world records, I realized that if it was a big fish, I had to be the one in the chair.
She set 4 of them, including one she still holds today after 30 years, a 40-pound spearfish on 16-pound test. Louise's granddaughter Jennifer is now a realtor in Kona and attributes her quality of life to her family, her husband, and also Grandma.
I always did all the women's tournaments with her and tagged along everywhere she went, and she was just an amazing influence to watch her fight those fish, and it was just really exciting for me. So she was a huge influence in my life.
And also in the life of great-granddaughter Kyla, a 4th-generation Wahine angler.
Fishing for women in our family is a tradition. Me being married to Jennifer and her grandmother Louise, also being into fishing just makes my life pretty full.
If you haven't figured it out, it's a fishing family affair. Louise Hawkins, a lover of life, family, and big game fishing.
I'm Louise Hawkins. I'm 96 years old. I'm a world angler. I have fished for 75 years of my life and love every